Hi, my name is Carrie McLaughlin, and I'm going to today go over how to use Google Maps, access it, and create your own individual maps. So I use this tool to present to my foreign language department for our training, and they loved the fact that they could create their own maps and start to create tours. The tour builder and creating your own type of lit trip idea was a little too advanced for right now. So we kept it simple with just making sure you were signed in. All the teachers know how to access the Google Apps, but not all of them have gone to Maps to use in school. So a lot of people are familiar with using Google Maps on their phones or getting around town and stuff, but not necessarily for using them in the classroom. So I showed them how to access maps through the Google Apps. And the first thing we did was go through some of the basic functions of being able to see exactly where you are located, um, the exploring tool, the searching, and some of the features at the bottom, how to zoom, etc., and how to go to Street View, change the view. So the first thing we did after we just kind of played around and they explored a little bit, some had more knowledge than others, we went through and changed the view to the satellite. And then I had them just pick an address, turn this off, an address, and most of us just did our school building to see what comes up. When you do that with the satellite view, you can save the image, see what's nearby. So they spent a few minutes going through that and just kind of exploring what was available. We also took a look at just to see what the traffic, what that does, and just explored some silly things like bicycling, which we wouldn't use in the classroom, but it's good to know what the Maps has to offer. So we went through how to create your own map through your places, and then to create my maps. So once we got into your places, they spent a little time just exploring these four tabs up here. We can't set a home address or a work address because of our Longwood organization doesn't allow us to do that. So I have a few things saved. A few people went through and saved their own locations. And then we got right into creating your own maps. So they're familiar with the two maps that I've created that we've embedded on our department site. The Teacher Travels shows all the different countries that we've been to. There's 9 of us. So we created a map that just kind of shows from our school all the different places that we've been. This is our teacher map. And so the kids really like to see all the crazy different places that we've been. And then they got right into creating their own personal map. And most people chose to create one for their students, which we have a lot of Spanish teachers. I'm going to do just a quick introduction to how to create your own map with some major points of interest in Italy. So the first thing I'm going to do is title my map, Welcome to Italy. And I'll create a description. And save that. So the easiest way to get started is if you have some ideas of where you want to add to your, or places you want to add to your map. I'll start with Rome. And we went through just, you can find a basic general area, a very specific address if you want. For most of us, it works to just give names of cities, and then I showed them how to add it to the map. And then really the only other thing at this point that was it was more than enough was just maybe adding an image to that location using either a Google search, which was the best way for us. adding an image using Google search, hitting select, and then saving it. So it went through the different layers, how you can change the styles. But at this point, we were just better off going through and adding 4 or 5 different places. And then they backed out of it and accessed the map again just to kind of see what it looked like and to find the different locations using those little pins that were dropped. Add in another location and a photo. And saved it. And then at this point, most teachers were interested in different things that they could add or how they could have students follow. And then we talked a little bit more about Voyager and the tour builder, which some of our teachers, 2 or 3, are ready to just move on and go for that. And then others are just kind of want to stick with the basic maps, share them with their students, and eventually have the students create their own individual maps and then share them. And that's about as far as we got with Google Maps, just the basics. But everyone was really excited because we're all world travelers in our department, really excited to kind of access this and give the kids some authentic exposure to the countries where we've visited.